Hello, beautiful collective. Welcome in, beautiful soul. Welcome into Celestial Oracle Codes. So, if you're not a subscriber, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, whatever. Obviously, it helps me to channel in your energy easier. But other than that, let's jump right into the reading. So, today is going to be sort of a short reading, hopefully, because I have a lot to do. But there's going to be another reading that gets uploaded today because obviously I said that we're going to do the celestial codes in the readings from now on. But a lot came through. A lot came through. So more celestial codes came through for today than any of the other days. And I feel like somebody is excited that we're doing this now. So I expected that. There's a lot that's coming through. So today, a later reading is going to have nothing but the celestial codes in it. So it's going to be its own free standalone reading. I feel like the celestial codes always now take over for the regular reading, and I don't want to put them in the back of this reading, and I don't want them to overpower the front of this reading. So this might not be that long of a reading, but it will still be a reading with the cards, and then we'll do the celestial codes later because there were a lot that came in. So what's coming out now? So there may have been some recent events that were conflicted. This is either somebody's conflicted actions or just their conflicted, well, yeah, it's their conflicted actions. There's no way around this. But this can also be someone's conflicted desires. So this can be a change in the way that you're doing things. For some of you, this is a change in the way you're doing things. For others, this is people who were keeping noise, right? Spreading rumors, gossip, lying about you, just doing things to cause conflicts in your life. For others, this is, there's one more thing, I feel that. One more thing. So the last thing associated with, woo, look at that. Look at that. Just whatever. All right, so Queen of Pentacles comes up in reverse to show that that something has changed the way, for some of you, this is a change in the way that you move because you're not seeing your value and your worth. Hands down, that's just exactly what it is. Like you're moving differently, and it's causing conflicts in the way that you move. So you're not trusting the moves that you're making in life, and ultimately it's because you're not seeing all of your value and all of your worth. You are being called to make a strategic plan right now. I don't know exactly what you're planning, but there is some higher truth. Whoa, that is coming through. Okay. Okay, let's get to it. I'm like, they're doing the thing, y'all. They're doing the thing. Okay, so justice comes out after this. So something has left you. I don't, maybe it is this conflicted event, or these conflicted actions of others, or just this conflicted group of people. I'm feeling like this is a group of people that is either causing conflicts in your life or causing some kind of stress, but ultimately it's making you feel lesser. So you're gaining a complex. That's what that means. This is creating a complex for you because you're starting to take on their ridiculous notions and their judgments. So right now, let's stop. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. And all you have to do is say, I release all judgments and emotions associated with the past that no longer serve me. And I release all the judgments that have been made on me. Like, other people's opinions of you don't really matter. Like, they really, really don't. What matters is your opinion of yourself, and obviously the opinion of the Most High and the Divine. Okay? And you don't have to worry about anyone who is making you feel lesser. There's also some kind of justice that's coming in because of this conflict, whatever it was. And ultimately, because it's causing your vibration. For the Queen of Pentacles to come out in reverse, it shows me that internally, it's making you feel less worthy, less capable, less valid. That's really what that feeling is. there's something in this conflicted situation and these actions that others are taking. Maybe it's gossip, maybe it's rumors. For some of you, it's lies. For some of you, this is somebody cheated on me and it made me feel lesser. Like, I'm seriously feeling that right now. This is showing that not only is the divine higher truth coming, but this shows that, but with temperance coming out with justice, that's very powerful. This is alchemy. Justice and temperance coming out like that, that is pure alchemy. So let me tell you what that alchemy is going to do for you. Because you may be still in this conflicted event or this conflicted group, this toxic in a situation. It's a toxic situation. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to dissect the negativities, right? We're here for guidance. We're not here to rehash something we didn't want to live. That's not what we're here for, right? And so we can see that it's left you feeling some type of way. That is not you, right? It's not you, and it's making you feel conflicted with the truth that you know of you, right? The justice that you truly have. With this Queen of Pentacles and the justice connected, it's letting me know that some lower vibrational situation and actions from others or a group has left you feeling in a low vibration and complex or perplexed way that is dissociating you from your value, from your worthiness, from your capabilities. And truly, see how she's looking at a pentacle in her lap? Well, that shows you how creative and abundant she is, right? It's not like she's looking at it to change or go somewhere or do anything. It's almost like she's admiring one of her own creations. So what this tells me coming in reverse is, because of these conflicted actions and whatever they are doing or whatever they've done to make you shy away from the truth of who you are, ultimately it's taking some of the creative spark away from you. So what that looks like is it can make it hard for you to envision your life, to look ahead into the future, to truly go within and tap into those hidden talents, skills, and innate traits and capabilities that you've been technically kind of ordained with, and can truly make a difference in this world, heal other people in this world, and create something beautiful, right? For the eyes to behold. Look at her, just look with it in her lap, and she's kind of like nurturing it, right? She's kind of supporting it. So it's making it hard for you to support the things that you love in your life and the things that you want to create in your world. It's also making it hard for you to envision. It might be putting you at odds with your body. It could also be making you feel like you're at odds with reality, like the world's not showing up for you the way that it's supposed to be. Or every time you look around and take another turn, there's another conflict or another issue or another rumor or some other person coming up to let someone, you know, that so one of these individuals or somebody has been causing strife in your life, making adjustments or doing things behind your back, undermining you and undercutting your progress, and ultimately ruining whatever the vision is that you have for your life, or making it hard to envision the future for your life. But one way or another, it's cutting you off from your nurturing, supportive nature and the overall aspect of you that is the truth and is the higher truth and the justice. So with justice coming out with temperance, this is deep, deep balance. But guess what? Because it comes out like this is alchemy. Okay, so I'm talking to an alchemist. We know that. And what happens when you put an alchemist in one of these kinds of situations, right? Because this is where an alchemist's gifts come online, when they get put in the 5 of Wands energy. And when it takes them from the Queen of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I say it all the time. You don't show up as a queen if you're not one. You don't show up as a queen. And since I already have a queen over here, we'll see exactly which one you're showing up as after you alchemized whatever that was, right? Because for some of you, you might still be in the middle of alchemizing it. So you might still be in this place where it's like perplexed and you know, cut off from the envisioning your life and truly just immersing yourself in your value and your worth and your overall nurturing, supportive nature, and the overall way that the universe comes back and nurtures and supports you in kind, right? So that's them taking you out of that element. That's them taking you out of that element. And ultimately, you alchemized it, okay? So for some of you, this was you finally seeing the truth, taking the balanced way, right? A balanced approach to things, and really just balancing out the scales, right? Seeing everything that you have, taking all that you know, taking everything that you learned from this situation and the way it made you feel, the difference that it made in your life, or whatever it was doing to cause conflict for you. And then, you know, you weigh the scales. And you see how he has his sword of truth right here, and he's got his scales in that hand because he's weighing the balance and he's ready to make a judgment. And ultimately, this lets me know with temperance and justice coming out, that's alchemy for sure. This was an imbalanced situation. I had to do what you know what I mean? The sword represents the truth. The balance is the scales, and the temperance shows the alchemy. Look at that. From one cup to the, this is alchemy if I ever saw it. Okay, that's alchemy. And so, because this is alchemy, it shows that you already are, either you are in the middle of alchemizing this, okay? You just come out of this, so this feels pretty fresh. You might be in the middle of alchemizing it. So you might still be feeling a little bit turbulent, but ultimately it's bringing, and it made you feel at odds with the new beginning somehow. So this made you not trust the way that you were moving in the world. It didn't trust the way the world was showing up for you, and it made you not trust your purpose, and it made you not trust your own manifesting abilities. So it really put you at odds with your desires as well. And it made you, right, with the Queen of Pentacles coming in reverse, obviously it took some of your self-esteem and your confidence away. And when we lose our willpower and our confidence, it's hard for us to stand in the truth and the alchemy of temperance, right? But, it makes it so that our foundational choices, right? We don't trust our choices as much. We don't trust our purpose. We don't trust our desires. We don't trust the way that things are unfolding for us. And we don't trust the foundation of the choices that we're making in our life, which means we're not trusting in our actions and we're not trusting in the outcomes from our actions. So this is all housed in Four of Wands energy, reverse. But ultimately, this shows the situation that happened, right? The negative, conflicted events or actions leading to the way that you felt, the vibration you started healing, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And ultimately, it made you feel or act like this, right? Where maybe you're not taking the most fortified and supportive actions that truly lay the foundation for the future that you want to live in this life. Okay, so if for some this is like indecision. For others, this is just I don't trust the way that things are going, and I might not be making the best choices for myself. But ultimately, it all comes through this alchemy to be alchemized into the Queen of Pentacles or into the Queen of Cups. So you went from whatever this negative CD situation was in this lower vibration of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And I already told you, you're not going to show up as a queen. I don't care who you are. You're not going to show up as a queen in reverse if you're not a queen. Okay? Like that. Or you're not an empress. With the two queens coming out to show me two levels of vibration and alchemy that stretched it so that you could go from this to this, which is a big leap from Queen of Pentacles in reverse to Queen of Cups upright. Well, that shows me that not only are you an alchemist, but that means that you're an empress. That's an empress. This is empress energy, right? And it's also dark feminine energy. So you might identify as divine feminine or divine feminine awakening, okay? Or a high priestess. This is also high priestess energy. So you could identify as that with justice and temperance coming out, letting me know that there's alchemy involved. Also letting me know that you alchemize yourself into this higher state of truth, compassion, understanding. Also, the Queen of Cups is like the most loving one in the card, right? She's affectionate, she's loving, she's understanding, she's caring, she's trustworthy, she's supportive, she's nurturing, she's all the things that make a beautiful queen, right? A loving queen and a compassionate queen. But she's also, and I don't know why they're calling this to my attention, but for me, you know, like I don't usually say this part of what the Queen of Cups is. And so I know that this is important for someone to hear. The Queen of Cups is the card who is quite arguably the sweetest, most nurturing and caring, loving card in the entire tarot. But even with all that loving, nurturing, supportive, caring energy that she truly stands for, she is not afraid to say no and does not feel bad when she does. Okay? She doesn't have to be rude about it. There's no reason to be impolite about it. But at the end of the day, she knows how to set clear, strong, healthy boundaries and enforce them in a respectful way. So that's coming out right here, right now. Temperance and Judgment. We've got Alchemy in the house. You guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so with everything that we've seen and in the Queen of Cups energy, did you see that? It like flipped over and flipped out. So there's a message. Ooh, look at that. Flipped over and flipped out. I'm going to leave them. But there's something that you're not seeing, okay, hanging in the balance. And it could be a message or an invitation maybe to a friend's house or to a party. But ultimately, this invitation is going to lead to a soul-aligned platonic friendship or a mutually beneficial romantic relationship. So mutually beneficial means you could maybe work in the same kind of work sector, or maybe they have a business and then you come and work for them, or maybe you have a business and then you guys merge, or maybe like you're a business coach and they own a business and you help them do better. It gives that kind of energy where it's like a supportive, nurturing relationship that blossoms into more. So this could be collaboration, creative, or intuitive, but ultimately will lead to a blending of the energies. And we can't really see it, even though things are starting to pick up and move a little bit faster for you. A lot faster for you. A lot faster for you. But for that particular thing, because it flipped and I like caught a glimpse of it and then it flipped back in, that lets me know that it's something that is either coming and there's just no way of seeing it, right? So this could be an unexpected turn of events or a chance encounter. That's what that means. And it's going to lead to that relationship, okay? So be looking out for that. And let's see what we got. I said it's going to be a short one, so we got to get out of here. But whoa. All right, so look at that. Okay. All right, so there's some things that we didn't see, and I'm going to tell you what we didn't see, but I'm going to tell you what we did first. Well, what we see first is not only are you not allowing the burdens that aren't yours and the responsibilities that truly aren't yours. So this is actually actions. There's some things that you're doing that you don't have to do. Some things you're showing up for that you don't have to show up for. But you're taking it upon yourself like, oh, well, I'm the one who can do it, so I guess I will. Well, this card is saying no more of that. There's no need for you to take on the responsibility of the whole crew, right? Pretend for a second that each one of those wands belongs to one individual. Well, why is this individual carrying the whole stack? That's the energy that this is giving. And so what you're being asked to do, right? Because these came out like this, and all of them came out together. So what this lets me know that you should do is release the boundaries, or not the boundaries, excuse me, release the responsibilities and any other attachments to decisions, to desires, to the will of others that are not serving you or are not your responsibility and are truly hindering your progress in what you want to do in this life. Do this in a strategic way where you are logically using your mind and communication to solve whatever problems stand in your way and ultimately cut through any BS and stand on your own mental capacity, right? So this is trusting in the way you think, trusting in your thoughts, and then strategically making a plan, so not overthinking, not taking too long, and then taking decisive action accordingly, right? And ultimately, the vibration, this Queen of Pentacles vibration is coming out, and this is the way it's manifesting. The Queen of Pentacles vibration is manifesting as the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So because you're not in the worth, right? You're not feeling like you're worthy, which means you're not feeling like you're deserving. The cards don't lie. And so at the end of the day, that's what they're saying. They're saying that the vibration needs to change. You are significant. You are worthy. Especially when you're in conflicted situations like this or stepping out of your comfort zone. That's the other version of Five of Wands that nobody really talks about. When you step out of your comfort zone and you feel like uneasy, oh, I'm going for this thing that, you know, I could have I have the potential to be rejected or disappointed, and I'm taking action to move towards that because I'm stepping into the unknown, and it could go either way. Well, that can also show up as the Five of Wands, and because it's conflicted actions. And so, because it's not that the action is going to cause a conflict in your life, but it's leaving you feeling conflicted because you're taking the action. And so that could be the other side of this, right? If you were stepping out of your comfort zone, going for another career, and maybe stepping into a new level of worth or a new level of exposure and vulnerability due to you coming into a new career path, coming into a new, just some kind of new stability and abundance for yourself, well, then that would show up as this Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Wands. But not a guarantee that that's what it is. So it could be any of the things that I've said here. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. As I always say, lovingly leave what is meant for whomever it is meant for. But ultimately, I'm going to tell you right now, whether this is you going into a job and you're feeling insecure about it and it's causing problems in the workplace or whatever, or it's making you feel conflicted, one way or another, you holding this vibration and the conflicted actions or whatever this group and environment is around you is getting in the way of the blessings that the universe is trying to bring into your life. There's a rebalancing happening. Now I can see it clear as day with Justice and Temperance coming out. So you alchemize something. It's put you in this vibration of the Queen of Cups energy, but you're still holding on to responsibilities and to confinements, constraints, and to pressure from others. So this could also represent a boss or somebody who's like truly kind of lording over you and giving you all the responsibilities, putting you in this Ten of Wands energy for some of you. And ultimately, you're still being asked to keep the energy and the vibration of the Queen of Cups and start believing that the universe is trying to supply to you. So this is also opening your mind to new ideas and not being afraid to be open to receiving, right? You have to be open to receiving for this to happen for you. If you're not open to receiving, then this stays in the reverse. And ultimately, what you're not seeing is, look at that. The sleepless nights, the mental anguish, all of it. It's come to completion. This card is asking you to integrate whatever lessons you learned from whatever caused the sleepless nights. This isn't revisiting the situation and trying to figure out why it happened or any of that. We're not talking about that. No. This is about you. This is about why did I or how did I allow this to have me up all night? How did I allow this to steal my peace of mind? How did I allow this? How did I allow this to cause havoc in my life, in my mind, in my emotional state, in my environment? But this shows me that you are coming out of whatever it is, right? It's not, you're not losing sleep over it. You are not losing sleep over that. If you were, it's over. We're not losing sleep over this anymore. This, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, is coming out to let me know also that you've completed a side of mental mastery, right? So you might have had sleepless nights before. You might have been in a bad way. You might have had to really get in control of your mind and stop the negative internal dialogue, stop fear-based mongering thought patterns, stop overthinking, stop doubting yourself, stop all the things that can cause this Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy. But like I said, you alchemize. And that's why this is coming up in reverse, right? Because when you alchemize, no, you're not about to give me sleepless nights. And in fact, I slept like a baby. It's like that energy. And then we still got some work to do on the internal state, right? We want to get that vibration to the point where it's reflecting the fact that we know our worth. But ultimately, you alchemize that into a very much better vibration. So you're holding this loving energy, and that's what's calling in that loving. But see, you just switched into this. And that's why it like flipped out and flipped back in. Because it's like there's something coming, and it's based on this vibration. See, the Queen of Pentacles, let's see, if the Queen of Pentacles here was upright, right, with this conflict, then I guarantee this would have came out like this. Okay, if it looked like this on this side, then this would have came out like this on this side. But since the Queen of Pentacles was like this, well, this came out like this. Because it's trying to match that, right? This matches that vibration. Like, oh, I don't know if the universe is going to balance, and I don't know if I deserve this, and it's that I don't know if I deserve all the financial abundance and the support that I get in the universe. That's the energy that the Queen of Pentacles in reverse holds. The Queen of Pentacles knows her worth. She does not have to rush out and do anything. She can sit right there and look at the pentacle in her lap and admire it and just be all in the moment and let it play with her senses, and you know what I mean? Just completely immersed in this moment with that thing in her lap. That's Queen of Pentacles energy. She's not rushing for anything. She's not even trying to manifest anything. She attracts things. This is a very attractive energy. And so she knows she's abundant. She's like, I see it, I want it, I got it. That's her energy. And ultimately, if you're not in that energy, right, that's a vibration that you hold when you have that. Like, obviously, it's going to be supplied to me. That's kind of her energy. That's her vibration. That's the vibration of her upright. Obviously, it's going to be supplied to me, so I'm just going to look at this thing until the next thing that I'm attracting comes along to satisfy me again in life. That's the Queen of Pentacles. So if you're in reverse, then that's the reverse of what you're feeling. And it's causing delays in what the universe is trying to supply to you. Ultimately, you will be victorious no matter what. You don't have to worry about it. But focus on balancing. See these sphinxes down here? The black one stands for the shadow. And it also stands for the feminine or the negative or the passive, right? So the black one is supposed to be the passive energy. And the white one is supposed to be the active or the masculine and the fiery energy. But at the end of the day, the two of them represent the balance held, and ultimately holding that balance also with justice coming out. So this is alchemy yet again. Holding the balance, holding that alchemy, and really taking, even if anything makes you feel like this, but you're not really in that energy, but you know that things can come in and cause you to forget not to be in that energy. But I'll say this, anything that makes you feel like this, or this, alchemize that. Alchemize that. Turn it into gifts, turn it into creations, turn it into whatever you want this to be in your hands as the Queen of Cups, or this to be in your lap as the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Because as you see with both of these queens, and I don't care which one you embody, right, Empress energy, you can see that they both are not worried about anything. This one's looking at the pentacle and admiring whatever her creation is. And this one is just looking at this, being in the moment, and probably letting it light up her senses and just making her feel good about her day, like the Queen of Cups does. So you will be victorious. You do not have to worry about it. So let me clarify that Chariot, and then I'll go ahead and get you out of here. So let's clarify the Chariot, please. I'm not trying to clarify. I might clarify it with some chakra insights, but let's try one more time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So you will be victorious. You'll be victorious in finding not only the horizon that you want, this is really having a new vision on life, right? And so this is also you learning, right? Because we have the Four of Wands come out in reverse. Well, the Page of Wands comes out upright to let us know that you're learning to look at the world in new ways and to move through the same, to move in a more confident, in a more deliberate way that is focused wholeheartedly on either your purpose or your desires. So this is, I used to let others conflict my path, my view, my reality, because I overextended, I overpleased, I overgave, I just didn't truly respect myself, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy, enough to stop enabling bad behavior, Five of Wands energy, and ultimately give myself the right to alchemize justice and temperance energy, the entire situation, and ultimately give myself a new vibration and lease on life, Queen of Cups energy. And now that I have that new lease on life, I'm learning to make moves differently. I'm learning to take decisive action. I'm learning to go after my dreams, my goals, my desires, and ultimately my purpose. And it's giving me a new vision, right? Where I feel like I'm holding the world in my hand. But ultimately, I'm standing in the portal gateway. See that too? Not only is this balanced action, so now you know the balanced action to take. You might still be a little bit on the fence, but ultimately you've got a vision and you know the route. Okay? That's this energy. With the three, with the two and the one, or the two and the page coming out to create a three, that's a creative action that you're about to take is going to change your life. That's what that means. And ultimately, this Two of Wands shows that you're taking balanced actions now. You might be a little bit more methodical about it. It's not like super slow, but you're definitely, with this King of Swords coming out, you're being way more strategic. You're thinking about things logically. You're approaching things in a problem-solving way so that you're not creating more conflicts or ruptures or rifts or crisis or anything of the other things that we don't want to deal with, low vibrational situations in your life. And you are ultimately communicating in a more logical way and approaching just the way that you look at your life and the way that you are navigating this world in a more logical and a communicative way. That is leading you to this success. So that's where the clarity and the clarifier came from. So ultimately, trust the way that you are seeing things, trust the vision that you have, trust whatever you're imagining, trust your insights, trust your thoughts, trust your dreams is also coming through here, and trust the way that the world is showing up for you and you're seeing the world, because that is a huge part of this new balance action that you're taking that is leading to this victory. So this is a beautiful, beautiful reading. I guess I'm going to leave it there. We're already 33 minutes in. And I said it was going to be a short one. As you know, I'll say it's going to be a short one, and it'll somehow sneak away from me and become an hour. So I think we did good here. I love you all unconditionally. If this is your reading, please do not worry. The channel message that I'm getting right now, let's close our eyes. The channel message that I'm getting from this is there will be an unexpected turn of events or a chance encounter that will lead to a bright and new relationship or a new lease on life. A lot of you are feeling at odds with your environment or with your peers, the people around you. And this is showing that there is an energy on Gaia right now that is affecting you and others around you, but it is causing some discomfort, but ultimately growth. It's causing a new growth that's leading you to be more open-minded and emotionally open to receive the reciprocal and mutually beneficial soul aligned friendships and relationships on any level, creative, intuitive, or business sector, or romantic. It could be any of those things, but ultimately bringing those things in and cutting the turbulence or cutting the misaligned aspects of your life out at the same time. So this can feel like a very precarious a very precarious environment, I'm hearing, but ultimately a very precarious energy and a very precarious time, because it feels like things are shifting and changing and it feels like they're out of our control. The other message that's coming through is nothing is out of your control. So look at the way that things are going in your life at this time. Trust the unfolding in your life and don't try to hinder or get in the way. But just know that adjusting your thoughts, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse to Queen of Cups upright will change the future outcome, I'm hearing. And so focusing on what you do want and also establishing or assessing if what is happening is or is not what you want, and then readjusting your thought patterns to focus on the outcome that you do want will then adjust the overall circumstances and the way that they play out in your life. So that's a powerful message coming through. Also, I'm hearing rose quartz. Rose quartz. So there's something really, really big with compassion, forgiveness, understanding, community, and tribe right now. But ultimately, rose quartz is coming out to remind you to have compassion for yourself and others and really be in no sense of judgment for what you're going through right now and how things are unfolding in your life right now, because it can look like they are disruptive, but they're actually realigning you with your true desires in life. Also, I'm hearing look to the skills of tenacity, okay, compassion, mediation, okay, and moderation. All right. So those are the aspects or the virtues or the innate traits and capabilities that you should be really diving into and utilizing to navigate any conflict in your life at this time. Really, really immersing yourself in your compassion, your forgiveness, your understanding, and your moderation and your mitigation. So really using your discernment and truly finding the alignment of things is all that you are being asked to do at this time. Also, making sure that you are removing any clutter or any misaligned aspects from not only your life, your physical surroundings, right? Because we want to may have a clear space so that things come in to our lives, but also this is clearing non-beneficial beliefs, habits, self-sabotaging patterns, and non-beneficial narratives that we're running through our mental state, our mind, and ultimately our central nervous system. So we're recalibrating to peace right now. We're using breath work to ease through any discomfort or disassociative emotions and mental fog. And we are using discernment and truly trusting in the way that our body is feeling as we recalibrate to peace and find environments, people, places, and things that keep us in a peaceful state. Okay? So remember that there is a choice or an unexpected event or a chance encounter that is coming into your life that is going to be a breath of fresh air for you. You might not see it coming right now, and maybe that's why I saw the Knight of Cups flip out and then flip back into the deck. But this will be that type of energy. It could be flirtatious, it could be romantic, it will definitely be fun either way. But ultimately, it could be an invitation for romance, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be an intuitive invitation, a solo line platonic friendship invitation, a mutually beneficial business invitation, or just an invitation where you truly get to let your hair down and finally feel like you are amongst tribe. So that's a beautiful channel message coming through. So there you go, you guys. Be looking out for my Oracle codes message. Obviously, this got to 40 minutes, so we didn't need it. We didn't need it in this one. But obviously, that message needs to go out too. So I'll do a reading on that a little bit later. Be looking for that if you want. Otherwise, there's no obligation here. You know that it's all free and fun. And I love you all unconditionally. If you're not a subscriber, again, please do consider subscribing. We would love to have you around. Other than that, also it makes it easier for me to read your energy if that's what you want. But at the end of the day, no obligation and no pressure in either way, in any way. So yeah, I send you all my light, my love, and my blessings. And I will see you all, my loves, in my next reading.